my why, I have a wife, I have a daughter, I have a family, and everybody else's why is going to be different, right? But
Yeah.
there's a why. There's a reason why people want more money. There's a reason why people have things called dreams, right? So you got to have a why. And every single day, I always look at my why and I
Yeah.
go after that why. And I understand that I can't get off this phone. I can't take your no, because not only am I helping you, but it's also in return also helping each other. So it's just understanding why, and then always understanding that it's bigger than yourself, and you can't live off of yesterday's success.
How's it going, guys? My name is Nicholas Gebert, co-founder of Prosperity Health Group alongside Julian Cancino. Um, this is the first installment of this series where I feel like in the industry we have a lot of representation from agency owners, carrier reps, but not a lot of representation from the agents themselves. So I wanted to highlight the agents here on this series that we're doing, and I feel like no better way to start off with than one of our top producers, someone who I actually met way before the industry, grew up with him. So Chris, if you don't mind introducing yourself over here and kind of just telling us
Yeah.
how you got started in the industry.
Well, yeah, my name is Christopher Marr. Everybody calls me Chris. Uh, got into this industry about 6 months ago, honestly, man, and it's changed my life. So, just getting into this industry, I found out about it, the health insurance industry, through just doing research on online, like any other kid, growing up. Literally looking at YouTube videos of how to make six figures and just running across different videos. And it was like, you can make passive income with insurance. And, I tried out life insurance. And as some people may know, life insurance, you got to pay for a lot of those leads up front too, and it just gets costly, until I ran into health insurance and your industry, and ran into your company, and just the growth that you guys put into the industry, and just the lead cost that you guys cover for everyone is just at no additional cost. It's just it's been tremendous, honestly, bro.
And for those of you who don't know, Chris came into the industry, like you said, 6 months ago,
Yeah.
brand new to health insurance. You did have prior sales experience. We'll
Yeah.
touch on that in a little bit because I
Yeah.
think
Okay.
yours is a little bit unique in that sense because you've experimented with pretty much every industry. It feels like in terms of sales.
Feels like it.
Um, but brand new into the industry, 6 months. You kind of came in right before AEP began,
Yeah.
so you had like a couple of 2 months under your belt. But from your perspective as a brand new agent,
Hmm.
we're all using the same leads. We're all
Yeah.
we're all using the same lead platforms. For someone who's brand new, had a very successful AEP,
Hmm.
top three in sales,
Yeah.
and now having a really successful 2025 top overall sales.
Yeah.
What would you say, because we are using the same leads, what would you say can attribute to your success so far, compared to other agents that are in the industry as well?
Um, I would say the biggest thing that I would say that just sets me apart is just probably consistency, tonality, and being just persistent on what the goal is every single call. The biggest thing I feel like is just understanding there's a reason why that person called.
Mm-hmm.
There's a reason why this client is on the phone with me right now. There's a reason why they clicked that advertisement. I need to figure out what is the reason, and how to attack that reason. I kind of call myself the problem solver, bro. Like, I solve problems like in everything. So like I try to literally solve the problem immediately in the first 5 minutes. I'm reassuring the client, and basically that's the biggest thing, is just reassuring the client and making them understand and making them feel comfortable enough to trust you with their healthcare needs.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people you'll find are not in that position, and
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing with these lead platforms that you guys are providing, is just being able to talk to these people and treat them like they matter, and their health insurance needs do matter, and just finding out what their needs are, and then just constantly reminding them throughout the call that I'm going to reassure that they're getting those benefits that they're desiring and that they're looking for ultimately.
Ah, that's great. I love hearing you explain it. You get very passionate about it.
Yeah.
I think that's another example as to why your numbers are what they are. You're extremely passionate about it.
Definitely.
And from the outside looking in, like, it definitely does seem like we're like really heavy on, the sales, which, of course this is sales, but at the end of the day, with this industry, and comparing it to other industries, and you can talk on about that a little bit more, is that we're actually providing a product that people need. And
Yes.
there is, like, regardless of what plan you go with, you're realistically, I feel like you're never in a situation where you're screwing someone over and putting them on a horrible plan that's just gonna, destroy them financially or health wise. Like, these are $0 monthly premium products. They quite literally need it. And it's different from other industries where you're selling something that's more so a luxury.
Yeah.
I mean, I know you came from other sales industries. Just talk a little bit more about where you came from
Yeah.
and what that transition was, going from that to doing health insurance.
Absolutely. Like you touched on, I mean, I came from an industry of just different sales industries, honestly. I did timeshares for a little bit, OPC marketing, and very recently was car sales. I was in the car sales industry, and I know a lot of people are not going to like the car sales industry, or they kind of think we're sharks, but it taught me a lot, though. It taught me control. It taught me how to understand the client and how to get the client to understand where I'm going with it and how I'm going to make sure that I'm taking care of them, but let me guide you to how I'm going to do it, basically. And that's kind of what car sales taught me as well. And just being relentless, understanding that even though they give you a no, which most likely when people say no, it's because one or two things: they either just don't understand what you're saying, or they're confused altogether, or they just don't want the product altogether, or they don't understand the product to the degree that you want them to understand it. And you just got to figure out why they're confused. And I'll stop them and literally ask them, like, what am I confusing you on?
Yeah.
And if so, explain what's your hold up process. Because if any person truthfully, if can go through a process and understand what we're providing them at a federally regulated product at $0 cost, and you're getting my broker support for lifetime residuals on my end, but just providing them with lifetime support throughout their life on all the policies that they're on. I mean, that's priceless. And just making them understand that I'm different. I'm not going to be the guy that just sells you and then just never follows up with you as well. I'm going to be the guy that constantly checks on you, constantly sets myself apart from anybody else that you talk to. So, and that comes from the car sales industry. You got to make a lot of car sales industry. It comes with just a lot of cold dials, outbound dials. I know a lot of people don't like it, but that kind of trains your mind to always expect a no, and knowing how to navigate when you get that no.
Yeah, no, like, having experience in other industries, I would say this. I mean, I haven't done any other sales industries. I kind of just jumped straight into health insurance, but
Okay.
hearing your examples, hearing other people's examples coming from other industries, health insurance is so easy. It's extremely easy. If you can
Definitely.
kill it like, if you're a solar guy or a car salesman and you're
Yeah.
killing it in that industry, I feel like the transition over to health insurance is just so easy because,
Yeah.
like I said, it's a product that people need.
Yeah. It's a no brainer.
It doesn't cost them anything for the most part, so it's not even really sales. You're honestly just helping them navigate what the best solution is for their health insurance needs, and
Yeah.
it makes it really easy. So I want to talk on, there's a lot of people that come into the industry, they kill it right away, they have a good 6 to 12 month run. But at the end of the day, especially doing what we do, which is, we do a lot of telesales. We do mix in field work as well, but we do a lot of telesales. It gets really monotonous after a while. It is boring
Yeah.
taking those calls each and every single day. So
Yeah.
how do you combat that? How do you wake up each and every single day and continuously put up the numbers that you put up and keep taking that next call?
You got to have a why. You got to have a why. You got to understand every single day it's bigger than yourself sometimes. And for my why, I have a wife, I have a daughter, I have a family, and everybody else's why is going to be different, right? But there's a why. There's a reason why people want more money. There's a reason why people have things called dreams, right? So you got to have a why. And every single day I always look at my why, and I go after that why. And I understand that I can't get off this phone. I can't take your no, because not only am I helping you, but it's also in return also helping each other. So it's just understanding why, and then always understanding that, it's bigger than yourself, and you can't live off of yesterday's success.
Hmm.
You don't know what tomorrow brings. So that's kind of how I live my life too as well. Just every day bringing it, because you don't know what tomorrow brings, and you don't know what can happen. So I just always trying to make sure I have my why set. Every single day I look at my why, I understand my why, I talk to my whys, and I just do everything in my power to make sure that I'm progressing in life. Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
So, kind of going back to the point about people that come into the industry have a really hot start.
Yeah.
You put up great numbers during AEP, putting up really great numbers in OEP.
Yeah.
Making a lot of sales in this industry is great, but something that a lot of people, and people will say, "Oh, like I'm compliant, I focus on retention, like yada
Hmm.
yada." People don't really focus on retention as much as they should. How important has your experience been so far, with the retention process, with the CRM that we have that automates, the retention, everything, the sending out the mailers, so on and so forth? How would you say, the retention process has been for you?
Overall, it's been well. I mean, it's just you have it's a shock coming from different industries, because after you sell a car, you're done, right? there
Mm-hmm.
is no there is no retention, there is no passive income like you get with health insurance to manage these people's cars. You got to manage these people's health insurance, policies,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a lot to ask for, but if you do it properly, if you make sure that you're on top of it when a client calls, if you can't get back to them right away because you're speaking to someone else or another client, you make sure that you send a message, or you're always active. You have to be proactive in this game. It's definitely, that's why we you like to say it too, like it's a young man's game, because being proactive, you're just fighting all those extra outside noise that the client may be hearing or may be dealing with. They feel like they can trust you with a lot of their stuff, and they're not going nowhere if they can trust you. That's the biggest thing in this
Yeah.
industry. If they can trust you, and with those CRM, to touch on that, with the CRM, you have a platform that you created that allows us to basically send out these campaigns to these clients, and it's a weekly or daily, maybe message, maybe mailer, maybe voicemail that they're receiving, and it's allowing the client to know, hey, I'm checking in with you periodically and making sure that, hey, I didn't forget about you. I may have talked to you one time on the phone, even if it's one time, but I'm still checking in with you. I'm still making sure that if you do need anything, I'm here.
Yeah.
And it's reassurance again. If clients want reassurance, they're going to leave you if they feel like you can't make sure their benefits are made up to date, or assured at that point, right? Make sure that their benefits are set up properly, or made sure that they're taken care of in the best of their ability, like you promised on that phone when you initially spoke to them. So it's all about reassurance in this game. So this CRM is very important. Retention is very important, and making sure that you follow up with these people, like they are just like us. At the end of the day, there are people, and a lot of people sometimes they don't reach out to these people, and I'm selling them.
Yeah, no, I think a lot of times people forget, like, this is a subscription based model.
Yeah,
It's not just a one and done. These people are effectively paying your bills each and every single month.
they
So
are.
you owe it to them
Hmm.
to provide your services no matter what. Health insurance is extremely confusing.
Yeah,
And for someone to have the ignorance to just assume that, a 65-year-old older person is just going to automatically get a grasp of that, they're not. So
yeah,
I know there's a lot of people that talk about like the agents being phased out and AI taking over. There's always going to be a need to have a broker,
yeah.
because you can go to the insurance carrier for sure, right? Like
Hmm.
someone can call Humana, someone can call United Healthcare easily, but obviously the most beneficial part about what we offer to the table to the clients is that we represent all the different insurance carriers. We are true fiduciaries and we have their best interest in mind. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of value in that, and I feel like people really need to understand that. I know a lot of people, especially with telesales, they're okay with their retention, dropping down into like the 60s and 70s, because they're just going to keep pumping out volume. But that's not really sustainable business. And I'm really glad that, the people in our agency, everyone understands it. Everyone uses the CRM.
Yeah.
I believe right now we're hovering at around 85% retention overall. This includes telesales, and obviously the field numbers are a lot higher if we wanted to just exclude field. But
Yeah.
I'm really glad that everyone, took that approach when it comes to retention, because definitely, that's how you're going to pay your bills.
100%. 100%.
So we are recruiting a lot of people right now at the moment. Prosperity is actively growing. What would you say to someone who is unlicensed, looking to get into the industry? They don't know too much about it. What would you say to, of course, commission, compensation, how that's like,
Yeah.
what your day to day would look like, and then just the overall opportunities and flexibility that the industry brings us.
Like I said earlier, it changed my life. The industry, if you bring, you get what you get out. So if you put a lot of energy into this, if you have a schedule, if so with this industry, you can choose the hours you work. As you're not slave to a 9 to 5 anymore, quote unquote. But I still treat it like a 9 to 5. I still wake up every day like it's still my 9 to 5. I have to do this many sales a day. I have to perform this well, because at the end of the day, no one's gonna hold you as accountable as yourself. And that's the biggest thing. If you're holding yourself accountable, you're being consistent, you show up, you want to win. And some people say they want to win, but they don't do what it takes to win.
Yeah.
You have to put the work in and win. And so just every day bringing in a I want to win now mentality. I want to sell now. The next call is a sale. Even if 5 calls in a row are not sales, the next one is, because it is inevitable. Activity does lead to sales. So if just being consistent, always working hard, making sure just the key points as far as that, and just always just kind of setting yourself apart. Some people, if you get on the phones, you might notice some of them are, they don't have the tone, like they're not bringing the energy every single call. And that's important, because if the client picks up on tone, they pick up on your energy, they're gonna feel it through the phone. You may not feel like it, but they can tell when you're smiling. It's a different talk. So it's a different kind of conversation when you're smiling on the phone and they can hear that, and you're genuinely happy to talk to them.
Yeah.
I'm genuinely happy to talk to these people. So every day just bringing that kind of energy, and just don't set a limit on yourself. Don't say I can only do this in a day. No, the sky is the limit. People at our agency are putting up 7 deals in a day consistently. Sometimes 4 or 5 deals in a day. It's ridiculous. And the potential is limitless. Since I've been here, you want to talk about income as far as the money potential. Since I've been here, I've done nothing under $8,000 a month. So that is just a testament to hard work and dedication. You know what I mean? You have to bring it every day, and just know that no one's here that's gonna hold you to the highest degree of standards than yourself. You have to do that for yourself. You have to want it more than we want it for you, or than Nick wants it for you, or Julian, or any of the upline wants it for you. You have to want it more than anybody. You have to want it.
Yeah, and I feel like Chris is being extremely humble right now. This is a true workhorse right here. Chris hops on the dialer platform that we have daily, Monday through Friday. I'm sure if it was open on the weekends, you'd be on the weekends as well.
Absolutely.
Every day, Monday through Friday, consistently putting up. I feel like there hasn't been a day in a while where I haven't seen you had less than 4 sales. Just consistently putting up numbers, and we're talking about it like it is easy. Well, we said it's not, but it's interesting because to me, selling Medicare specifically, like Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement, it's not a hard sale. It is monotonous. There are rebuttals that you have to go through. You do have to navigate your way through the call. But I really don't think you just got to be consistent and put in the time. If you're putting in the time, it's a numbers game.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of the people on the dialers that we use and the lead platforms that we use consistently, anywhere from 17 to 25% on average conversion, right?
Yeah.
At that point, if you know what your conversion is on this platform, it's just a matter of, okay, I convert at 25%. How many calls do I need to take to get to 4 sales?
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
then you just keep taking those calls. But a lot of the times, and we see it, that there's people that just simply don't want to work.
Yeah.
But the opportunity is there.
Yeah.
They'll hop on and get their 2 or 3 sales. It's there, like it's
Hmm.
there for everyone.
Absolutely.
Now, during our discussion so far, like we've mentioned, we talked about commission, mentioned the fact that it's a residual base, that, we get residual incomes from these policies, and it's a subscription based model. Talk a little bit more, because some people might be a little bit confused. They might not be too familiar with health insurance. What do you mean when you say that it's a residual base, that you get a residual base income from selling Medicare?
So that's part of the reason, I fell in love with this industry and was like, okay, this is the industry I'm going into. Was the residual income. I mean, the
Mm-hmm.
lifetime residual income. If that person stays on your book of business, after a year's time, you do get an upfront commission, but not only you get a back end commission as well. Of $200 per person that stays on your book of business. So if you have a book of business of over 1,000 clients, you're looking at over $200,000 coming in passively, and that's tremendous as far as people that have those dreams, those aspirations, those the whys,
Mm-hmm.
and that's big because you can literally choose what you want to do now with your time, because that money's coming in. You're just managing people's books, you're taking calls, but
Yep.
not only that, you're allowing yourself to go into other avenues, industries, and just invest in yourself truthfully at that point. Like, you can do what you want at that point. The sky's the limit, and the book can only grow as you sell and as you get more experience in this industry. So that was the biggest thing, is just the residual lifetime residuals on just managing people's healthcare policies. It's absolutely insane.
Yeah, I think you nailed it pretty well.
Yeah,
It's an industry where, and I always use the comparison with life insurance, because life and health really go hand in hand.
they do.
Life insurance, it's a very flashy industry. You
Hmm.
can get a really fat upfront commission,
True.
but on the back end, the residual is almost nothing.
Yeah.
And a lot of these FMOs or agencies that I see, I talk to these people that sell for them, and a lot of the times they
Hmm.
don't even own that book of business.
Oh,
So
wow.
they're getting the fat upfront commission,
Yeah.
still spending a ton of money on leads. They might get 2 to 3 sales a week. Most life insurance agents, 2 to 3 sales a week.
Yeah.
You get your nice little commission, but you have to continuously keep doing that to fund your lifestyle. There
Yes.
really is
Yes.
there is no way out outside of, if you're smart with your money, you take it, you invest it, do whatever, let it build.
True.
But with health insurance,
Mhm.
you're still going to get a decent upfront commission. It's not crazy like life insurance.
Yeah.
You're going to get a decent upfront commission, but it's not get rich quick. It's, slowly building my time back for later on. If you're in the industry for 2 to 3 years, you're going to start to see the benefits of it come year 2 and year 3.
Absolutely.
And just a quick side note. So Chris, you're at around 6 months. I think your book is what, close to 300 by now. It
Yeah.
has to be
Yeah. Right around there. Yeah.
close to 300 in just 6 months. I mean, this isn't for everyone. Everyone grows at their own pace.
True.
But someone like Chris, who's savvy, hungry, consistently is on there each and every single day and shows up. 6 months, close to 300 on your book, active clients. These are people that are currently still on the policies that you sold them. And it's only March 16th.
Yeah.
We still got 2 more weeks of OEP,
Yeah.
all rest of year.
All rest of the year.
You
Yeah.
could definitely be looking into year 2, going into a book with 500 clients just renewing. And I think that's what, like around $8,000 monthly.
Yeah. Passively. Yep. Passively, lifetime residual checks, and and that's not including what I'm working that month.
Exactly.
If I'm averaging over 8,000, that's easily 16,000 a month come year 2. So it's the sky's the limit. Sky's definitely the limit. It's like you said, just you got to keep managing these people's book of business and just growing it and making sure that you're just consistent on a daily basis. And 2 to 3 years, you see it. The results are there.
Yeah. So for someone who kind of hit the ground running, and we're showing all like the glamorous parts of it,
Yeah.
all the success and everything. what are some of and this is just so other people can have some more insight as well, especially for those who are brand new.
Hmm.
What are some of the struggles and challenges that you had in the very beginning, or even right now, currently, whether it's personal stuff like trying to create a routine, like a work routine, because a lot of us do work remote.
Yeah.
Just when it comes to the calls in general, like what are some issues that you run into, or what were some struggles that you had when you first got started, or even now?
Definitely balancing lead sources that sometimes, you may like invest your time into one lead source, going, absolute, as well as just lead sources, just overall, just time management is big too. Time management is big because you know you you wake up every day, you say you're going to do something, but then life happens, right? We
Yeah.
all have life. So different challenges every single day you face, and just kind of just navigating those waters sometimes of just, clients having issues sometimes, or just overall just sales calls. It's just kind of just like time management is the biggest deal, that you just have to, if you're someone that can manage their time properly, go in with a level head every single day. Understand sometimes the client's frustration is not with you; it's with their current situation as well.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can deal with that, then you can deal with anything in this industry. It's just, that's probably the biggest thing is time management. A lot of people, you may wait. Some people may even just wait to get on the dialers at 1, 2 o'clock, and
Yeah.
it's half the day may be gone. You got maybe 5 hours, if that, to
Mm-hmm.
get as many sales as possible on the board. It's difficult. So just time management, sticking to a routine, definitely developing a routine, and just sticking to it. This is probably going to be the best success for anyone that's coming into this industry brand new.
Yeah, that's even for myself as well. And me and Julian have had these conversations about
Yeah.
how to manage our time just more efficiently, whether it's doing having a planner, having an alarm set up, so often to remind yourself, hey, I need to be at the gym by this time. I need to be doing this by this time, because
Smart.
a lot of us came from a call center environment, or
Yeah.
I feel like just in general, not even a call center, but just like a 9 to 5 in general, somewhere where we're being monitored. We clock in, someone's
Exactly.
watching us. If we're slacking off, they're gonna tell us, hey, stop slacking off, or I'm gonna write you up, something like that.
Yeah.
A lot of people, and just in entrepreneurship in general, are really not ready to make that jump to really managing themselves
Yeah.
and treating themselves like a business. Like a lot of people, yeah, okay, it's cool, you sell Medicare, yada yada, but they don't really treat it like a business.
Yeah.
And they treat it as something that is part time. And I don't know, it reflects in the numbers and stuff like that. But yeah, definitely one of the most important things is to be more efficient with the time, and we see that time and time again,
Absolutely.
between like the people that are here, and the ones that are all the way up here.
Yeah.
So, and I know you don't have much experience when it comes to other agencies, or maybe you haven't been exposed to any other agencies or FMOs in the space, but
Yeah.
obviously Prosperity has a nice partnership and relationship with Senior Resource Group and Connect One.
Hmm.
How has sort of the overall culture been thus far, whether it's going to the events in Philly, we have Medicare Con coming up pretty soon in
Yeah.
Orlando, just the overall vibe from being with Prosperity. You can be completely honest with me. Won't hurt my feelings.
Oh no, no, absolutely. The overall just aspect of just this whole space has just been awesome. I mean, going to the events and just experiencing it is just nothing more than just a motivation booster, because again, it's all expenses paid for, by the way. But all expenses paid for, all inclusive. I mean, it's awesome, just being able to go to these different places, being in rooms with people that are just as hungry as yourself, and and that's priceless to me.
Yeah.
Because you can't. There's some people that are just, they don't wake up, dream, and actively go after that dream, and I'm one of those people that do. I wake up actively and try to
Mm-hmm.
achieve my dreams, and seeing other people that not only try to, they achieved it.
Yeah.
And seeing and speaking with them is just huge. It's been huge for my success. It's another part of why I go so hard and why I wake up every single day with just I need to keep going and going at this certain pace. It's because of those people that I'm in the rooms with and that you've provided, you, Shane, Julian, all the upline, Josh Berg, the resources they provided. It's phenomenal, honestly. And it takes you by surprise to see, what this industry can truthfully offer you,
Yeah.
So
I remember my first time being exposed to all of it because obviously from the outside in, I'm just thinking Medicare, health insurance.
yeah,
These, why am I going? This is about to be the most boring event ever. Everyone here is about to be extremely old and boring. But no, it's a good group of people. It is, and for anyone that's going to these different events like Medicare Con or any of the SRG or affiliate events, talk to the people. Like obviously, focus on the speaker and get value from what they're saying, but you truly get a lot of value just from communicating to the people that are sitting next to you in the crowd.
yes,
I mean, we went to, I think it was 2023. We went to an IFG. I don't know whose event it was. I don't know. It was like co-branded IFG SRG event. Went there. I don't even think no. Shane was speaking, but just from chatting with people that are in the crowd. I mean, that's how Julian met Shane. That's how we formed the connection that we have now, and
oh
that kind
wow,
of sparked everything.
yeah,
So definitely, go there, go for have fun. Of course, everyone's there to have fun.
yeah,
But outside of the speakers and outside of the the little events going on, definitely go in there and communicate with other people that are in the room because there's value everywhere. Just because you're not on the stage doesn't mean that you don't have something to provide to somebody. Like everyone there is on the same playing field. Everyone has knowledge in the industry.
yeah.
Everyone's honestly willing to share game as well. Like
That's so
it's just
true.
as I feel like people get really intimidated, and I caught myself doing this as well. I would get really intimidated in the beginning because I'm like, oh, this guy's so and so, this agency owner, this CEO for AmeriLife.
Yeah,
Am I gonna go ahead and talk to this guy, or let me just stay in the back? And at the end of the day, you're gonna kick yourself for
yeah,
not saying what you need to say because
yes,
it's literally just they're right there. Like that really corny saying, like you're 5 handshakes away
yeah.
from a millionaire. Like it's
So
very
true,
true,
so true.
especially in this industry, and especially in the the circle that we're in with Connect One and the Senior Resource Group. So it's a good group of people.
Yeah, absolutely. I agree.
Honestly, that's everything that I wanted to go over. I would say OEP is finishing up over here. You're already at 40 sales for the month of March.
Yeah.
What are your goals for, let's just say, for the remainder of March? Say what your goals are for to cap off March,
Yeah.
and then going into AEP. What are you looking to do in terms of your book? What do you have in the pipelines here in terms of growth? What your
Uh,
goals are?
that's a great question, actually. I'll touch on for the rest of March. At 40 sales, as you said, just 25 a week for the last 2 weeks.
Stupid,
90 sales in a month.
stupid.
Just grinding really hard on that, and then for rest of the year, just touching on retention is going to be the biggest thing. Making sure that all my clients that I did speak to, whether it's AEP or OEP, are sticking,
Yeah,
and understanding that there's no one in this industry that's going to provide you, the support that I'm going to provide you. So just making sure that that's utterly discussed, and overall just making sure that they're taken care of throughout the rest of the year is going to be a big thing. Still selling, still doing my thing as far as just, putting numbers on the board. But like you said, it's not just a numbers game. It's also how long you can keep these clients on your book of business and how long these
yeah,
people can, and ultimately trust you to handle their healthcare needs. So that's going to be my biggest thing, is just tapping into retention and just getting that locked down all the way.
absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Chris.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure having
Absolutely,
you.
bro.
First guest on the
Yeah.
series.
Yeah.
Definitely got to do a couple more of these.
Oh yeah.
It'll be nice to do like a recap a year from now, see how far you grown
That
since
would be
then.
nice.
Might be seeing another agency owner here very soon.
Yeah. Sky's the limit, right?